Welcome. This is the English news program on Somaliland National Television with me, Aden Mohammed. These are the stories making local headlines. President of Somaliland and senior delegation embark on diplomatic visit to United Kingdom. President's press office issues presidential decree appointing ministers and major changes to regional governor positions. 5-year-old hostage rescued from captivity in the US state Alabama. President of Somaliland, Ahmed Mohamed Mohamud, accompanied by a senior delegation, embarked on a diplomatic visit to the United Kingdom. The President is expected to meet with senior UK governmental officials and members of Somaliland's diaspora.
Plumes of smoke rise into the air above Kafar Batna. Its claimed footage from the streets below shows the aftermath of a direct hit on a hospital.
President of Somaliland, Ahmed Mohamed Mohamud, embarked on a diplomatic visit to the United Kingdom. The President, accompanied by a senior delegation of notable political figures, including the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Mohammed Abdullahi Umar, and the Minister of Planning and National Development, Dr. Saad Ali Shire, who spoke to the media from the VIP room of Igal International Airport. President Ahmed Mohamed Mohamud elaborated on the purpose of his diplomatic trip, where he stated the plans include meeting the UK Foreign Minister William Hague on the recent FCO claim urging British nationals to depart from Somaliland due to unsubstantiated threats. The President continued to speak on the ongoing stability and peaceful situation of Somaliland as one in which the nation has remained in a peaceful and democratic state since reclaiming its independence in 1991. Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Mohammed Abdullahi Umar, highlighted the significance of this diplomatic trip and the strong relations between the United Kingdom and Somaliland governments. The Foreign Minister continued to state that the recent claim from the UK's FCO website was retracted and currently states Somaliland is not dangerous for British nationals or other foreigners. This is not the first diplomatic trip of a senior delegation of Somaliland's government to the United Kingdom, but rather the growing recognition of Somaliland's democracy and good governance has prompted many nations to extend invitations to Somaliland's government in hopes of building or strengthening future relations. President's press office issued a press statement on changes made to several regional governors, as well as new appointments of multiple vice ministers and departmental coordinators.
The President's press office issued the following press release. The President of Somaliland, Ahmed Silanyo, through presidential decree hereby changes some of the regional governors. The President only made such a decision after he acknowledged the 90th and 110th article of Somaliland's constitution, considered the importance regional governors have in building a nation, accepted the need for changing regional governors to prompt further progress, consulted with the respective parties involved in such a decision, saw those appointed as governors are qualified and fully capable of fulfilling their respective duties. The President has decided to Mohammed Mahmoud Ali, former governor of Seoul, will assume his new position as governor of Marudi Cheh. Ahmed Omar Hamarchi, former governor of Marudi Cheh, will assume his new position as governor of Togdere. Mohammed Farah Aden is appointed as governor of Seoul. Abdo Ahmed Ayer, former governor of Togdere, will assume his new position as governor of Odal. Ahmed Mohamed Gele is appointed as governor of Senag. Yusuf Ibrahim Gedi, former governor of Odwene, will assume his new position as governor of Gibile. Jamal Hussein Hure, former governor of Hod, will assume his new position as governor of Odwene. Abdullahi Farah Maidan is appointed as governor of Salal. Ibrahim Hassan Ali, former governor of Sarar, will assume his new position as governor of Hod. Ahmed Ali Noor, former governor of Gibile, will assume his new position as governor of Sarar. The President of Somaliland relinquished former governor of Odal, Ahmed Hadi Sid'i, of all duties and responsibilities. The President expresses thankfulness and appreciation for the national duties the governor fulfilled while in office and requests the governor assist the new governor with a hasty transition. The President of Somaliland also appointed individuals in the following respective positions: Vice Minister of Commerce Aden Diri Igal, who is a former governor of Senag; Vice Minister of Justice Noor Usman Guled; Coordinator of the Food Distribution Agency Yusuf Usman Garas. That office comes directly under the Ministry of Resettlement. Professor Ali Usman, Coordinator of the Road Development Agency.
Director of Somaliland's Anti-Piracy Commission provided our reporters with an exclusive interview on current piracy situation in the Horn of Africa, progress made and obstacles faced during his time in office. the coordinator of Somaliland's Anti-Piracy Commission, speaking on Somaliland's cooperative relationship with the international community, discussed the global anti-piracy efforts that have led to curtailing the threat of pirates in nearby shores, and Somaliland has played a direct role as a partner with the international community to ensure that the piracy problem is resolved. Coordinator Mohammed Osman elaborated on Somaliland's role, where he stated,
in answering that question, Somaliland is a member of the international efforts in combating piracy. Somaliland prevents pirates to operate on its shores. Somaliland has prevented pirates to have bases in the shores of Somaliland, as they do in the neighboring countries. Somaliland attends the Working Group 1 and Working Group 2 meetings of the International Contact Group on Counter-Piracy that's related to legal issues, coordination issues, and also that. Somaliland is a member of what they call Kampala process of counter-piracy efforts of the region. Somaliland communicates well with the international community and the international forces on the high seas on combating piracy. Somaliland is part and parcel of all the efforts that the world today wants to fight piracy. Somaliland has accepted convicted pirate prisoners from Seychelles.
An agreement between Somaliland and the Seychelles resulted in the transference of pirates captured by international forces to Somaliland. Nonetheless, the details of such cooperative agreements have not been clarified publicly. Earlier, Coordinator Mohammed Osman emphasized the overall importance of such a collaborative relationship on the topic of pirates being transferred to Somaliland, where he stated,
in fact, there's a piracy convicted prisoners transfer law that has been passed through the Parliament of Somaliland. The agreement that Somaliland has with Seychelles on the convicted piracy prisoners transfer is based on that legislation, and the agreement is that the convicted pirate prisoner has to have finished all the processes of the legal process of on the country that the person has been convicted. That the person on the first convicted prisoner on the first stage has to apply for the transfer. Somaliland has to accept it on a humanitarian basis for that transfer. Secondly, that the judicial process of that person, convicted prisoner, has been finished, and the convicted prisoner is transferred to Somaliland only that the convicted prisoner has to serve his term of sentence in Somaliland.
The Anti-Piracy Commission continues to emerge as a governmental institution strengthening relations between Somaliland and the international community on prospective plans and key objectives in the near future. Coordinator of the Anti-Piracy Commission added,
on the first stage that piracy is a problem in Somaliland. It affects our port of Berbera, it affects our trade, it affects all the lives of Somalilanders. There is a piracy premium on all the imported goods to Somaliland. And in fact, what Somaliland wants to achieve is that there should be no piracy of the coast of Horn of Africa. Secondly, through this process, we believe that Somaliland will achieve to have a sound judicial infrastructure in place, a maritime police, a coast guard in place, and, if possible, the opportunity to create jobs on the shores and the coasts of Somaliland.
Somaliland is recognized and acknowledged throughout the world as an emerging democratic African nation, and this particular commission is providing the world with a closer look on the stark differences between Somaliland and other developing nations in the region. Female graduates of Somaliland established a new local organisation which will advocate the interest of female graduates throughout the nation. Somaliland's Minister of Labour and Social Affairs, Mahmoud Barak Garad, took part in the opening ceremony, conveying a message of encouragement to young female graduates. The opening ceremony, which was held in the capital of Somaliland, Hargeisa, brought together many senior government dignitaries, officials from UN organisations and other international non-governmental organisations, as well as civil society associations. Around 70 participants attended the ceremony, where many young female graduates who are the first members of this new organisation. And the organisation was named Somaliland Women Graduate Organisation. Ms. Amran Ali Hiss and Father Saeed, recognised as experts with Somaliland women organisations, spoke during the ceremony and expressed their appreciation towards the development of these new women organisations emerging throughout Somaliland. Chairman of the newly founded organisation, Warta Mahmoud Abdi, informed the attendees on the purpose behind this women's organisation, which she described as prompting further productivity and opportunities for female graduates. The ceremony was concluded with the Minister of Labour and Social Affairs, Mahmoud Barak Garad, conveying a message of encouragement to the young female graduates, where he pledged to work alongside this organisation and any other organisation, prompting further productivity and progress. You tuned into the English news programme on Somaliland National Television, the only Somali-speaking channel with an English news programme. And now, for our international headlines. Residents of Midland City in Alabama are celebrating the release of a 5-year-old boy from the town held in captivity for a week.
Believing the boy was in imminent danger, the FBI raided the bunker where he was being held, shooting the hostage taker who was also a suspected murderer. The child, identified only as Ethan, was abducted from a school bus 7 days ago. He is said to be unharmed but was taken to a local hospital. Police say negotiations with the hostage taker, 65-year-old Jimmy Dykes, had broken down in the previous 24 hours. Dykes is also believed to have shot and killed the bus driver, Charles Albert Polin, who was the age of 65. The motive for the kidnapping is still unknown.
South Korea's unification minister has warned that North Korea's proposed third round of nuclear testing will be a major threat to the region. Unification Minister and Foreign Minister attended a Foreign Affairs, Unification and Trade Committee meeting on Monday to answer politician questions on North Korea's atomic tests.
Yu said that North Korea was likely to carry out another nuclear test, but did not elaborate on a detailed time frame. The South Korean Defense Ministry also voiced concern on Monday, warning North Korea not to further provoke South Korea. There has been a boost in diplomatic activity in the region following the North's announcement last month that it will conduct the nuclear test to protest international sanctions toughened over their long-range rocket launch in December. Yu's statement came as South Korean and US troops began naval drills on Monday in a show of force partly directed at North Korea. 3-day exercises began off the Korean Peninsula's east coast that involve live-fire exercises, naval manoeuvres and submarine detection drills.
And that's all the news we have for you. Thanks very much for watching. Until next time, goodbye.